out in a minute, I guess.
Okay, I start. Hello, Xinjiao, Ni hao, Sabadi Kap, Sustai, Sabadi, Bonjour, and welcome to the Mekong Tourism Symposium. Thank you so much for being here today and watching this live event on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and many other platforms. I give the word now to our wonderful moderator today, Dr. Thomas Bauer, who have been in tourism industry for more than 50 years. Thomas, please start.
Good afternoon. Salamat sore. Good morning in Europe, good evening in Australia, and good afternoon in Asia Pacific. My name is Dr. Thomas Bauer, and I'm delighted to be the moderator for today's session. I'm actually filling in for my good friend Steve Noakes, who was supposed to do this, but he unfortunately can't make it today. So I'm very pleased to be here to take his place. I've been involved in the hospitality and tourism industry for about 50 years, since I started my apprenticeship in a hotel in Germany. And subsequently, I've traveled the world and lectured in tourism in Australia and in Hong Kong for about 25 years, and currently I'm in Indonesia, leading a very exciting bank and integrated tourism master plan in Wakatobi, which is a very remote part of Indonesia. Today we have a number of speakers from Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, and Thailand. And while I was in Hong Kong, I had the good fortune to visit all these countries on several occasions. So I'm quite familiar with your wonderful region and the tourism experiences that the places have to offer. I had a look through all your CVs, and the overarching theme of our discussion today, I think, could be sustainability. That seems to be coming through more and more in the discussions in academia and also in industry. I was the chairman of PADA Sustainable Tourism Committee. PADA goes back to 1999 at the Nagoya conference, where we had our first sustainable tourism meeting, basically. Since then, the industry has improved somewhat, but we still got a long way to go. So I'd be interested to hear from all of our speakers what sustainability issues are in your particular countries, and in particular, what they're doing about it. Of course, we also will talk about the recovery from the pandemic, from the current pandemic, and lessons that we can learn from it, how to do it better next time around to meet the challenges, because unfortunately there might well be more pandemics on the way or disturbances for our industry in the future. So I suggest we center our discussion around sustainability and around the issues, of course, that you have. Speaker has 10 minutes. But being from Germany originally, I'm very strict with the time. So after 8 minutes, I will tell you, please, time to wrap up, because we have 13 speakers, and otherwise we're not going to get through all our activities. If you just leave your questions for the end of the session, please, that will be appreciated, unless there's something really urgent that you want to mention. Let me run through our speakers, our 13 speakers. And the first speaker will be Mr. Chop Ratana. He's the Director of Tourism Development and Planning for the Ministry of Tourism in Cambodia. Our second speaker is Dr. Sasitara Pichai, Rector, College of Tourism and Hospitality in Thailand. Third speaker will be Dr. Han Tam Thi, Women's Academy of Vietnam. And then we hear from Ben Montgomery, Vice President, Thai Hotel Association, but speaking on her personal experiences as leaving the village and going to town and going back to the village, something along those lines. Then we have Ms. Duan Mala co-founder of Exo Travel in Laos, lovely part of the world. I did some project there in Vingsay Caves many years ago. Then we have Mr. Peter Richards, project manager at Tourlink Thailand. and Mr. Jacques Goujan-Du, Managing Director at All Dreams Cambodia. This will be followed by Ms. Sofia Sok, Regional Program Manager, Asia Pacific, Planetera in Cambodia. And then Mr. Van Thai Nguyen, co-founder TTB Travel and Tours Vietnam, followed by Ms. Caroline Chow, founder Green Bamboo Village Ecolodge in Cambodia, well, Sustainable Tourism Vietnam. But before all that, we will have our chairwoman, Ms. Kathy Gemir Hamel, the CEO of Destination Mekong. And she will introduce herself. I will say a few more introductory words for each of the other speakers. So please go ahead, Madam Chair.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, even good evening to all of you. I'm happy, that I only have 10 minutes because otherwise you will have too much of me. So initially I was a speaker and I got upgraded as, the chairwoman. However, I will share my presentation as, I would say, quickly as possible. Can you see it?
Yes, we see it. Thank you.
So this is me. Currently, I'm in Cambodia. After living 17 years in Korea, I'm the CEO of Destination Mekong. And I will explain what is Destination Mekong. I'm also international consultant in sustainable tourism development and marketing, especially specialized in ecotourism and community-based tourism. And I'm also the founder and CEO of Heroes, which is a travel platform for eco-friendly experiences. Then anyhow, you will get the presentation later, so I don't need to spend too much time on it. So what is Destination Mekong? Destination Mekong is a private sector-led regional tourism board and destination management organization, or what we call destination marketing organization. We are covering the 6 countries of the Greater Mekong Sub-region, so Cambodia, the south of China, Lao PDR, Myanmar, Thailand, and Vietnam. So Destination Mekong was created in 2017 and was incorporated as a private company, limited company in Singapore in January this year. And we are kindly, generously hosted by the Ministry of Tourism of Cambodia, and we are in the process of registering Destination Mekong in Cambodia. So our main purpose, I think it is important to understand our raison d'être, why are we here, is to champion the Mekong region as an attractive, sustainable destination, creating value, impact, and opportunities for all. So we are both sustainable and inclusive, even if inclusiveness is part of the sustainability strategy. So this is the framework of Mekong tourism. What we need to keep in mind is that we are actually connecting the public sector with the private sector, the travelers with the travel suppliers, the students with the universities, the graduated students with the job market, with the companies who are hiring. But we are basically creating a network, a platform.
Catherine?
Catherine froze.
Yes. The internet connection is not stable. So, Catherine, maybe Thomas, we can go to the next speaker.
Yes, that would be ideal because he just informed me that he has to leave very shortly. So can I call on Mr. Chup Rahan to Kathy's afterwards. So please go ahead. I know you have a meeting at 3:30. Mr. Chopratana is Director of Tourism Development Planning Department, Cambodia Ministry of Tourism, and he's also the head of Secretariat of the Hospitality for Cambodia Steering Committee. So please go ahead. Thank you.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to meet you here. And as you may know, I'm Director of Tourism Development and Planning, Ministry of Tourism, and also head of the Hospitality Cambodia to work with other development partner in terms of tourism skill development. And I used to be a Director of Provincial Tourism Department, as well as the working with the regional Asian tourism to implement the Asian Virtual Recognition Arrangement for tourism professional as well. And today I would like to share to all of you regarding to Cambodian tourism plan for recoveries. As you may know, COVID-19 has caused an unprecedented crisis and has to shock Cambodia as a whole and regional and the world as well. The effect from COVID-19 have led to an 80% drop in international tourists and 20% decline for the national tourists. And we estimate around 3 billion in revenue loss by 2020. By challenging this, to face this challenge, the royal government of Cambodia has set up the roadmap for recovery of Cambodia tourism during and post COVID-19, which is divided into 3 phases. First, resilient and restart. So this is the first phase for 20 and to 21. So this is the crisis management in the new normal phase. And we, Royal Government Cambodia, incorporate with the private sector, has taken a great deal of measures at ensuring that the business survive and retain employment in tourism sector through 9 rounds of consecutive government interventions and promotion of domestic tourist movements occupied with the introduction of tourism safety measure, and we apply the standard operating procedure for all tourism service, counting from accommodation, travel, restaurants, community based, and so on and so forth. So this first phase is survive, and then we can go through this phase successfully, and all private sectors who are registered and licensed, so they got the support from government. Move to the phase 2 from 22 to 23. So this 2 years is to maximize the impacts of COVID-19 crisis. So the Royal Government Cambodia provide the vocational training, digital skill, and digital skill in lines with the market demand after COVID-19, and we conduct a great effort to enhance the prestige of Cambodia as a safe tourism destination after crisis. And I would like to welcome all of you to Cambodia, because since November 20 and 21, we opened for all international tourists. So you just fly to Cambodia, and we will provide visa on arrival, no state quarantine. And so it's free to Cambodia. It's not come and then free for service, but it feels free to visit Cambodia from now on. And the phase 3 for the roadmap recovery plan is allowing tourism sectors, and to maximize the benefit of sustainable tourism in Cambodia sectors with a great responsibility in time with seizing opportunity from COVID-19 and build the future of Cambodia tourism sector to be sustainable, equality, and smart tourism. So this 3 phases of the roadmap to recovery Cambodia tourism, and we launch nationwide and work closely with private sectors, donors, as well as the Department of Tourism to together implement this roadmap successfully. From our department, beside the roadmap as a national level, we are working closely with tourism provincial department, because here we have 24 province and 1 city. So each province we have the strategic tourism development plan 21 and 25. So in line with the roadmap, each province they develop their strategic tourism development. So it's cover from tourism product development, it's cover from marketing, promotion, human resource development, ensure safety and security for tourists, as well as the promote the tourism investment and the ensure the environmental protection as well. So each province we support the development of strategic plan, and we identify the uniquity of each province in terms of promote domestic tourists. And this is we did it and successfully. As you may seen the movement of domestic tourists. Just 4 months, we have around 7 million domestic tourists travel around, especially during the holiday of the Khmer New Year, 5 million during a week of Khmer New Year for domestic tourists. So that's why our focus is not only for the international, but step by step from local tourists of strategic to recover Cambodia tourism. And regarding to the support from government to our sectors, we launched 2 tourism master plan. One is the master plan for Siem Reap province tourism plan 21 to 2035. So this is the new Siem Reap. So, in the Siem Reap province, we have cultural heritage, and then we will provide and develop other tourism products surrounding the cultural and provide a new experience for international tourists when they come to Cambodia. It's not only for the temple. So we have a master plan for Siem Reap province, and then we have new international airport at Siem Reap province as well. Looking to the northern part of Cambodia, Mandalkiri province in close to Vietnam and Laos. We also have the master plan for Mandalkiri 21 and 35 as well. Also, we have the international airports over there. So in terms of infrastructure, so after COVID 2025, our project will be done. And then for the connect long haul, and we can work to provide the travel facilitation for international tourists. In terms of
so much. Unfortunately, your 10 minutes are up, but thank you so much for filling us in on what's going to happen in Cambodia. There's a lot of good things happening with master plan and international airports. Thank you so much for your intervention, and all the best with your meeting at 3:30. And I pass back to Catherine, our chairwoman, to finish her presentation, please. Thank you, Catherine. Your audio is off. We can't hear you, Catherine.
Excuse me again. Okay, so
there you are.
So this time I tried to be quick because we never know, and as I mentioned, I'm just the chairwoman. I shouldn't take too much time. So this is what we do, as I mentioned before, and what makes us special, the innovation. This is the framework of Destination Mekong. As I mentioned, we have members and individual members, and we have what we call partners. And together with the CEO, there is the chairperson of the board, the vice chair, and treasurer. We had a general meeting, our first annual general meeting 2 weeks ago, and we were ready to announce today the composition of the new board. Not at this meeting, obviously, but I will take all your email address and will send you the press release. So here is the team. We have a CEO, a chief marketing officer, Gerrit Kruger, which is German, like you. Gavin Bell, which is the Chief Development Officer, and we have special advisors, one for strategy, one for training, one for Japan, and one for Korea, because we believe that Japan Mekong cooperation and Korea Mekong cooperation is crucial for the restart of tourism in the Mekong region. So here is a slide. Don't worry, I will not read everything. But my point was that through sustainable tourism development and marketing, we can create value. And this is very important for the branding of the Mekong region to highlight the value. And the value is not only about, the warm hospitality and the uniqueness and the diversity of the landscape and the culture. It's also, I would say, the value of, for example, what the travelers are looking forward these days, well-being and safety. I've been in Cambodia for 4 weeks now, almost. I feel safe and I feel happy. I feel well. So I really would like to encourage, travelers to come back to the region. Of course, this is not as easy as I mentioned. We need also accessibility. We need also, to build a strong motivation for the travelers to come. And of course, we need cheaper airlines. So that's very important. But in the capacity of Destination Mekong, we are creating a set of solutions and programs through content, through engagement, connecting the stakeholders of the tourism. We are building the communities, we are exposing the brands, and this is very important. Branding is about trust, is about passion, is about satisfaction. So we really want to build this strong branding for the Mekong region, not only for one country, but 6 countries together. This is the challenge, but we love challenges. And of course, we need to build business and revenue generation. Here, I will be a little emotional because we need to care about people. For us, local communities are at the center of the travel experience. We need to care about them. We need to care about those individuals, not only businesses. One of our members passed away because of COVID. And many people lost their jobs. Many people lost their hope. We need to rebuild this hope so that, we can reconnect the travelers and the hosts. So no need to mention too much about this. And this is now our future upcoming projects. We will have webinars like this webinar, high value webinar and highly interactive. We will have workshop. We will have a set of Mekong tourism recovery solutions, micro certification programs, because most of the time micro enterprise and the SMEs, they cannot afford the big certification schemes. So we will build micro certification that are adapted to their single situation. There will be a Destination Mekong Summit as well. The Mekong Stories book, because storytelling is so important and part of the DNA of the Mekong region. And we have this new project of establishing Mekong Discovery Centers that will be an online and offline network of smart eco-friendly visitor centers, multi-purpose and multi-branded. You will know more about this later. And of course, you can scan this QR code if you want to know more and access to our website and become a member. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the speakers who really wanted to play the game with us. Thank you so much.
Merci bien, Catherine. Thank you very much. I believe we now have our next speaker who has just joined us. Can I just see whether Dr. Sasitara Pichayanararong is there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
You're here.
I have my PowerPoint. I could share my screen now.
Yes, please do share your screen. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Dr. Sasitara is
everybody.
Rector of College of Tourism and Hospitality and Sport at Rangsit University in Thailand. Please go
Yes,
ahead.
hello,
Thank you.
everybody. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Everybody, good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes. My presentation will be, like you see on the screen, called Destination Mekong and the GMS Strategy 2030. I just would like to recall us that on the 9th of September last year, our leaders have met, and these comprise of Cambodia, as you see, China, Laos, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam, and they endorsed the Joint Summit Declaration. This is called GMS Renewed Strength to Face Challenge of the New Decade. The declaration highlights three main strengths of our sub-region: partnership, connectivity, competitiveness, community. The GMS Economic Cooperation Strategic Framework 2030 is also another part of Destination Mekong to have an eye on. Destination Mekong will benefit from this connectivity under the GMS program to bolster physical connectivity. Mekong bridges between Thailand and Lao PDR, expressways between Laos and Vietnam, road links between Myanmar and East-West economic corridors, and recently high-speed train from China to Laos, very soon to my country, Thailand, and to Malaysia. Free flows of supply chains, trade, investment facilitation, and cross-border will allow travel and tourism within our sub-region. On competitiveness, our leaders recall both private and public competitiveness, local empowerment, uplifting skills, re-skills, and human capacity building in hotels, restaurants, tourism, as well as logistics. This should be on the agenda of our Destination Mekong for the new decade. Post-COVID-19 is still our concern. Raising awareness on health and hygiene to ensure safe travel and tourist services will be another topic to work at community level. This third pillar of the GMS Joint Summit Declaration also reminds the implementation of biocircular and clean energy within our sub-region. We might bring an issue of awarding green hotel and services to our program. Tour operators and tourist itineraries might focus on more sustainability, ecotourism, and natural sport tourism, such as bird watching, canoeing, bicycling tour programs. The development of local community products will increase tourism income to community to eradicate the poverty of those living in remote areas. Now, I would like to showcase two projects on the same principle. The one is the Emerald Triangle between my country, Laos and Cambodia, and the other one is One Village, One Product. The Emerald Triangle is the border area between Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia. We decided to have two provinces in each country. Thailand has chosen Ubon Ratchathani and Siseket. Laos has chosen Champasak and Salavan. And Cambodia, they include three cities, Previer, Odaminchai, and Srung Treng. Our three countries have agreed upon facilitation of cross-border checkpoints and local pass for these seven provinces. At the same time of the launching of this project, remarkable increased number of tourist arrivals, both domestic and international, were recorded. We concretized this GMS tourism collaboration, residing diplomats in Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos. They were invited for this tour program, 3 days, 3 countries. The UN World Tourism Organization also recognized this GMS initiative, and they sent their executive to work with us on the Emerald Triangle. Now I come to the One Village, One Product program. The One Village, One Product is the product development at the community level, standardized and sold to tourist visitors. We have selected some flagship local products in various parts of Thailand: clay pottery in Nakhon Ratchasima, Dan Nguyen Province. We uplift skill of local craftsmen, training in packaging and selling, providing expertise on interior design on their store, facilitating logistic development and parking, tourist information center, toilets, road signage to the village. We were very proud to share this experience to our GMS member countries, and we requested them to note down the increasing income of the One Village, One Product. The GMS Economic Cooperation Strategic Framework 2030 is another guideline for us in the 8 years to come. The measures on tourism were mentioned: tourism management, impact mitigation, and strategic direction. On tourism management, providing clear travel advisories and accurate information about travel regulations, ensuring financial and training support for tourism enterprises, implementing social protection, safeguarding workers' income and livelihoods, providing financial incentive to energize domestic tourism reopen to international visitors. On impact mitigation initiatives, creating a Mekong Deals webpage showcasing non-refundable vouchers offered by tourism businesses as cash relief measures, training and capacity building activities to respond to post-COVID needs, such as developing safety protocols and standards, and improving marketing access for tourists. On strategic market and directions, investment in expanding airports, secondary roads, and airways. Integration of destination management, planning, crisis management, secondary destination infrastructure investment, implementation of common tourism standards to improve resilience, strengthening public-private linkages in all aspects of tourism while emphasizing sustainability. Now, I just would like to call you to have these dates. You will see in the second line on the 12th of May, Thursday, they had meeting of Mekong Tourism Working Group in Lao PDR on video conference. And on the right-hand side, you will see that that will have Mekong Tourism Forum in Guangnam in October. So I expect that Mekong destination, Catherine, we should do something to present ourselves in Vietnam. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much for being so punctual. Exactly 10 minutes. Very well planned. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next speaker comes from Vietnam, and it is Dr. Han Pham Thi from the Women's Academy of Vietnam. Please, you have the floor for 10 minutes. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Nice to meet you all. I am Pham Thi. I am a lecturer in the Vietnam Women's Academy. Let me introduce my speaker. My speaker about development of community-based tourism in Ninh Bình Province, Vietnam. About myself in slide. Please contact me via any way. My design had 3 parts. The first, community-based tourism. The second, community-based tourist development in Ninh Bình Province, Vietnam. And third, and finally, community-based tourist development solution in Ninh Bình Province, Vietnam. About concept community-based tourist in Vietnam, according to Clause 50 Arts 3 Vietnam Tourism Law 2070, effective January 1, 2020. Community-based tourists is trial. Sorry. Tourists. Sorry. Wait a few minutes.
Can you speak up a little bit, please? We cannot hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. Wait a few minutes. Community-based tourism is a type of tourism developed on a basis of a cultural value of the community, managed by the community, employed and benefits by the community. And Vietnam has one national standard, TCVN 13258 2020 community-based tourist service quality requirement. And Concept Community of Vietnam, a colleague of cultural subject and people residing in the same geographic areas, having common social practice to nurture, preserving cultural heritage, and they consider to be the one country identifying. And have 7 service quality required. The first, community-based tourist guide service requirement. The second, community-based tourist attraction. The third, sightseeing service for catering service, and 5, and 5, entertainment service. 6, traditional country and artist performance in the community, and finally local product shopping service. About community-based tourist development in Ninh Bình province, Vietnam. Ninh Bình is local as a southeast part of the river Delta, so now key economic region on the now south. Article 10 Browser near capital Hanoi and connect to the continent transport network to explore social economic development in tourist. Vietnam tourist development strategy to 20 and 30 have identified Ninh Bình as local in the tourist dynamic area of Hanoi, Ninh Bình, Hải Phòng, and Quảng Ninh. This a particular important driving a race with the thought of promoting tourists in development in the Red Delta and now. You can overview Ninh Bình tourist map about Vietnam map. Overview of tourist potential of Ninh Bình province. Diversity, territorial, hill, river and lakes, plain, sea, food and shelter, and of military terror, risks, indical and attendance, natural landscape, such Tràng An, Rầy, Tam Cốc, Bích Động, Cúc Phương National Park, Vân Long Wildland Nature Research, and many historical and cultural relic and especially important, making important history event of the Vietnamese people, such as history, country of Hoa Lư, and science capital, the embrace of Vũ Lâm Place, Thái Vi Temple, and Bái Đính Pagoda, Passive Storm Shots. And intangible country heritage with a unique frost festival crab and traditional art execution with 1,821 more must include 289 province mountain and 91 national mountain, include 3 special national mountain. And in 2040, Tràng An scenic complex was listed by UNESCO as a World Country and Natural Heritage Site. The World 3S Mixed Heritage Site and showed it as the first mixed heritage. And about Ninh Bình tourist development site in the period of 2010 and 2021, and from 2010 and to 2018 grew very well, but on average grew about 20.80% per year, with the average growth rate of international visitors 4.13% in per year. Domestic tourists 30.69% per year. You can view about situation in the setting development linking tourists in the period from 2010 and two from 2021.
Dr. Pham, you have 2 minutes, please.
Oh, okay. About community-based tourist model in Sofia and Ninh. About Sofia community practical Sofia teacher in general has quite a lot of tourist traditions that require attention. Suitable for homestay tourists that Lao PDR tourist array. And after research, I sum up some development solution about continue to invest, and you can check this slide, and can I check next slide about community pay tourist in Hoa Lư district Ninh Bình. In Hoa Lư, have a homestay tourism model in development in Hoa Lư district. The advanced process help many households have more income, take place and live. Some example this slide.
Dr. Pham,
yes.
thank you very much, but unfortunately your time is up.
Thank you. I will send my slide in
Yes,
you
we would appreciate
check.
to.
Yes, in
Yes.
fact, if I may add something, Thomas, all
Yes,
the
please.
PowerPoint and the biography of all the speakers will be online and will be permanently. So even after a year, will be there, including the
Excellent.
PowerPoint and the recording of this webinar. So people can go back and see the
Yeah.
PowerPoint or anything. Thank you.
That is very good. Thank you very much, Dr. Pham. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Can
Greetings
I
to
turn
Vietnam.
off my
And
can
our
I
next,
turn off my slide?
yes, thank you so much. Our next speaker is Mr. Jaffe Yi. Is an independent media and travel consultant and a veteran award-winning publisher. Can we hear from you, Mr. Yi, please? Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. Shall I start now?
Yes, please. You can start
Can you
now.
hear me?
Your time starts now. Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen from Chiang Rai, Thailand. Now, I am going to be talking on Buddhist tourism of the Mekong region for post-pandemic travel. Actually, a few months ago, we had a webinar on Buddhist tourism, as some of you might be aware of. And Reza insisted that I should talk about it because the last time I was a coach organizer, but I didn't give any talk. So today I want to just talk a little bit about what is the potential of Buddhist tourism in the region. About 20 years ago, the famous travel guide publisher Tony Weller said that tourism was becoming more and more focused on specific interests, meaning that people have very clear objective of what they want to see, what they want to do, and what they want to experience in a destination they choose to go. Just that if they want to go diving, just diving, golfing, or simply just go eating like foodie tours. And I think it cannot be more true now with the younger generation, especially the Chinese. Therefore, I think more and more tour operators now are customizing their program for their client. And today I'm going to talk about a niche market called Buddhist tourism. And it's focusing on the Mekong region, which I think the region has a lot to offer. First, I would like to give a general overview of the resources, what we have, and then talk a little bit about what have been done and what more can be done to promote this specific area of travel. There are two categories of people for Buddhist travel. First, those serious Buddhists, they are more interested in Buddhist pilgrimage. And the others are the general public who are interested in Buddhism are not as much as the serious Buddhists. So I'm going to be talking about what the general public are looking for when they intended to take part in the Buddhist travel in the region. The core activities of Buddhist travel for the general public is temple tour. As we know that the Mekong region had more than 200 million Buddhists. Therefore, the whole region had probably thousands of temples, Buddhist temples in the whole region. And I would imagine that Myanmar, Thailand has the most Buddhist temple today. And so also to some extent in Vietnam and in Yunnan, there are many ancient temples. In the old days, I think before the communist China, Chinese are more Buddhist, but today they are not so much religious anymore. And now a lot of those Buddhist temples in the region are actually ancient monuments and historical sites. And many of them are already inscribed by UNESCO heritage site. As we all know, in Cambodia, we have Angkor Wat, and in Laos, we have Wat Pu, and Mai Son Sanctuary in Vietnam, Sukhothai, Ayutthaya in Thailand. Apart from this, there are many, many more ancient temples in the entire region, especially the thousands of them in Bagan, Mau in Myanmar, and a lot of them in northern Thailand, which was formerly the Lanna Kingdom. We call them ancient Lanna temples. They are all over northern Thailand, including part of northern Laos and northeast of Myanmar, Kentong. To avoid getting what we call temple fatigue or temple out, other activities, including Buddhist travel in the program, people going after when they travel, especially like in Luang Prabang, where the tourists will get up very early to take part in alms giving with the local, lining on the street. And we see them very often. But I think that only happened in Luang Prabang. I don't see them happening in other part of the region. In Thailand, every February and March, we have Makha Pucha Day that mark the coming of 1,250 enlightened disciples of Buddha on a full moon without being summoned, and they then listen to Buddha's teaching. All of us monks were ordained by Buddha himself. The Buddhists go to temple to make merit, enjoy the candle processing in the evening. We call in Thailand Vian Tien, by walking around the temple 3 times, holding candle, chopsticks, and flower. And in May, another big day is called Big Sakha Pucha, and that represent the birth and enlightenment and the passing of Nirvana of Buddha. Asanhan Pucha Day is held in July, also as known as Atam Day, represent the Buddha first preaching to his 5 disciples. So these are the major festival, and also don't forget in November we have Loi Krathong Festival, which is very popular with the tourists, and I think probably one of the most important and well-known Buddhist holiday in Thailand, where people go to float their banana leaf on the river, wish their bad luck away. Apart from all this, we also have in Thailand very often something we call Thot Katin at the end of the Buddhist land, that is make marriage ritual, usually come with very noisy parade and all the Buddhist devotees dancing, singing around the temple and flowing out on the road. And just an event is also very popular with tourists. There are also occasions such as the spectacular sunset to the 15th door of ancient monument Phnom Luang and also Angkor Wat, that the phenomenon happens only 4 times a year, and tourists might want to time their visit at a time, in order to watch this. Okay, the other thing I think
sorry,
is
Mr.
important.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Okay,
Sorry,
I'm
Mr. Yi,
finishing.
but since you mentioned time, I'm sorry, but your time is up.
Okay, I'm finishing now.
Okay. Thank you
Okay,
so much,
just 1
Mr.
minute.
Yi. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. You want to say 1 more minute?
Yeah, but can I have 1 more minute?
Yes,
I think
you can
it's
have 1 more
important.
minute.
It's important thing that we also talk about a Buddhist trail. As we know that in India and Sri Lanka, they have well-established Buddhist travel trail. And that's very important. That's very helpful for the Mekong region. And I haven't seen this yet, it being done. And finally, I think a little bit what tour operator can offer in a package tour for Buddhist tourism. I think tour operator can possibly include temple tour as well as maybe some spiritual retreat, including meditation and spiritual wellness element in the program. They can include visiting a chief monk of abbot in the temple, and also I think that's all I have. Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Yi. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Thank you. And now we go to Ben Montgomery from the representing herself, I guess, today. Ben, was that Ninh Binh
Yeah, listen to Jeffrey and
province,
listen
the one
to
we did the part of Task Force 20th?
beg pardon?
Please go ahead. Please
Okay.
go ahead.
All right.
Your turn.
I bet. All right. I am from Chiang Rai, right? And I still have a whole family up there, and I myself left home since 18. A Bangkokian built up a family, a mix of family. My husband is American, and I'm working for Planetarium right now, being a vice chair of PATA Thailand chapter. So basically, look from outside in. So I observe a lot of my my family and friends up there. During the crisis, people been forced to reduce your expenses. Everybody backed. So sustainability has been in the life, essentially. And everybody tried to reduce the cost. And internet has been the tool to help increase their productivities. And apart from not just promotion, not just marketing, but learn best practices and failures from others. And even some, we don't understand the languages, but we can see pictures, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So now we see a lot of Thai got coffee shop in the corner of many villages. So it's create a community, and you don't have to go far. So once international visitors not exist anymore in the past 2-3 years, so hotel chains like Planetarium and others, we shift our gears to concentrate on our local tourism. And when we see totally different needs or requirements or preference than the European or people, from long haul market. So people within intra-Asia, we are travel like family. So in the past, right, the foreigner come, you book one room and probably suite. But for Asian people, a Thai, we book a pool villa. We book a villa, through 3-room bedroom because we travel as family. So these things change. And looking at, listening to Jeffy, we visit temple, but not one, because it's spiritual. So for Thai, it has been a long time. Those that Jeffrey just explained is perfectly done and has been many tour operators already put it in. So you got to visit temples, see temples of the history. But with the Thai, we visit 9 temples at the same day, on the same days. For spiritual, it's called good luck. So it's a trail of 9 temples on one day. You go, you pray, and then after finish 9 temples, you got good luck. So this month you might do Central Thailand. Then in the next month, you might take your grandma to Southern Thailand. Or in the next 3 months, go to Isan or Northeastern. And before COVID, we even take our friends form as a group. We went to India, to Nepal to visit where the Buddha was born. And not just one, we stay a week, 2 weeks. So it's totally different purpose. Not study the history come along, but we went there to pray. So these 9 temples, the Thai went to Myanmar. We visit the Golden Rock, Buddha, and elsewhere as well. So if you want to market with this Mekong, the Laos who come to Thailand do the same thing. We have very similar. I think Dong Mala can explain, later on as well. So we visit Mekong because we have very similar belief, and way of life. And now the cost is very, very affordable. If we could share best practice how to do it. In my ampere or my city, my town, we got one village that now become very popular for their zero waste. And they implement this. They learned it from YouTube somewhere, but then a whole village wanted to do. So with a very little help from the government, but the champions were the villagers doing it. So this is very neat. And then it become part of one of the tourism program that they want to share among Thais. So looking as an outsider back into the community now, I think the private sector had learned so much by themselves, especially during this tough time where nobody can help, apart from you and friends and the friends you can tap on. So that's for me to start with. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ben. So family travel in large groups and domestic tourism, very, very good to keep businesses going while there was no international tourism, I guess. Okay, thank you so much. Our next speaker, co-founder and partner of EXO Travel Laos and former president of PADA Laos chapter. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Duong Malap Pumavong from EXO Travel Laos. So today, listen on the speakers speak before me. I just somehow feel like we have the same idea, and I would like to thank you to Catherine to have this destination Mekong to be the platform that all of us can work together. And also I hear from Dr. Sasithara that is very interesting to hear about the strategy 2030. So I think that somehow we are on the right way. For me, I would like to talk about make the cake bigger. This is my slogan. Before COVID-19, I think that in the regions, somehow we are competitor. We focus only on our own destination. We do everything to get the tourists to us. So, but now we see that the most important is how to make the tourists happy and experience as much as possible the diversity of culture, nature, people in our regions. So I learned from this 2.5 years, nearly 3 years of the country lockdown. So I continue what Ben just talked about, how we do for the domestic market. It Lao, we create the campaign called Lao Tiao Lao. It means that we call the Lao people to visit Laos. So, and this is the help the industry to survive. So, but we learn from it not only in terms of finance, because in fact, when we sell the package to the domestic market, local people, even we discount at 50%, is still very low number of visitors. But our interest of this visitor is to continue the activity, to keep some part of the employee to continue to do the job. So, and also we see the unite of the people in industry that before is very difficult, to call everyone if you are not in the same association. For example, the Association of Travel Agency will talk only in among travel agency. The Association of the Hotel and Restaurant will talk among them. So we when we meet is somehow we fight to get the better rate, or and during the COVID time we talk to each other, we share our problematic, and we try to find the solution together. And also we try to be the real partner with our government, how to have the right regulation, how to modify the law, or how to develop the tourism sector in our country better and better. So this is the reason also that I joined Destination Mekong, because I think that inside the country, each of us already organized better now, but alone we can't survive. We need to work together, and specifically for Laos also, we are the destination that is on way, an extent of other country, because we lack of the direct flight. So and also our promotion and marketing is not worldwide enough. So I hopefully that with the Destination Mekong and all the support can help us. And yeah, I'm ready to be part of how to make the cake bigger. I can bring the ingredients that I have, and then hopefully that our cake will be really bigger and everyone will have his likes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I look forward to a slice of that lovely cake that you're baking for everybody. I think it's a very important point that was made that collaboration is the key to future success in tourism, rather than just trying to stand alone and say my product is better than yours. So very well said. Thank you so much. Next up, we've got Peter Richards, who is project manager at the EU Switch Asia-funded Thai Tourlink project, which aims to raise sustainability standards among Thai tour operators and suppliers and promote Thailand as a world-class sustainable tourism destination. Please go ahead, Peter.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, yeah, it's lovely to be here and see lots of old friends. And yeah, I think hopefully what I'm going to share will follow on in the same theme of cooperation as well. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna change the. Okay, everybody, my computer will take a couple of seconds to catch up with us. One moment, please.
It's okay.
Okay. Just waiting for it to share. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting to hear how we've all learned from COVID, from Ben as well just now. Okay, come on. Okay. My screen at this end is frozen, Thomas. So I'm just going to give it a second. Come on. Okay, all right. Thomas, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, Peter.
Okay, right. I'll just start with my frozen screen, and hopefully it will catch up with
Maybe
me.
just talk us through it.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
talk us through it. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I guess what the first point that I was going to make is that behind all of the here we go. Okay, good stuff. All right.
Oh, good.
I passed the test. They let me in. Okay. You know, while we've all had, and like I think as Ben said, really it is everybody. I don't know anybody that hasn't had to adjust themselves and also adjust themselves financially and adjust themselves at a personal family level. Everybody has been so heavily impacted. But it seems, it's interesting, we were talking about Buddhism just now. It seems like this shared experience of being constrained, of being alone often, or with a vastly lower number of people, for many of us it has had a spiritual element. You know, we've had to be locked down, and lots of people have had time to think. And when we look at very new research which is coming out now, including research from the private sector itself, such as Booking.com and Expedia and Google, it seems that at least some of us, a significant number of us, have used this time genuinely to think about and to recalibrate about what's important. So there's a lot of evidence that while we've been separated from tourists, there are a lot more people interested in sustainability. For example, in November last year, Google analyzed the search terms connected to tourism and reported a 70% rise in the number of travelers seeking more sustainable travel options. So working with the private sector now, even though many people are still in a lot of pain and suffering, and many people honestly would rather, you know, put survival before sustainability, I do think it's important that in the region we send the message that now is a good time to act. There's a leap in demand for sustainability after COVID. There's more and more support for step-in initiatives, like the World Travel and Tourism Council have got their sustainability basics, only 12 criteria to help hotels to step in. And increasingly, when I speak to European tour operators, they're going to put more mandatory clauses into business-to-business contracts related to sustainability. So somehow we have to turn this crisis into an opportunity. We have a working group in our project of 14 amazing tour operators representing a lot of the European markets. And we did some research and asked them, do they think that sustainability increases competitive advantage? And 80% of them said yes. And very interestingly, the message is that in terms of need from their buyers, in this case, European tour operators, our DMCs say that now for almost 25% of their European buyers, sustainability is no longer just a value added, but it's become an expectation. And for those of us working in sustainability for kind of, 10, 20 years, we've seen sustainability moving from something nice to a real value added. And I think we're going to start to see it tipping over now into something which is the similar kind of importance as safety and quality and price, which is very good news. I'm managing the EU-funded Switch Asia Tourlink project. Basically, what Switch Asia Tourlink is trying to do is to help Thai tourism businesses to raise their standards, and we're doing that at 2 levels. One is to support different sectors to have minimum standards. There are lots of standards already, but these are standards agreed through a consultative process between tour operators, DMCs and suppliers, okay? And at the top level to promote businesses which have got a GSTC recognized standard. And on the market level, to help promote tourism, as you, Dr. Thomas, as you said, to help promote Thai tourism as world-class sustainable tourism destination. So we're working with ATA, the Thailand's biggest tour operator association, and with TITA, the Ecotourism Association, to develop step-in standards for tour operators to move from a symbolic to a systematic approach towards sustainability. We're using the Travel Life platform, but ATA have a new ATA branded sustainability management and reporting platform that their members can use now. We have coaching, which is done by our team here from Nutty Adventures, which are a Travel Life for tour operators certified company. And we're working with different kinds of tourism suppliers, for example, transport, minivans, marine excursions, tour guides, community visits, to develop micro standards, small, like relatively simple standards to get people to get businesses to step in and start practicing a systematic approach. And there are some general best practices for all kinds of businesses, and then there are specific criteria for specific kinds of activities. And we've taken these standards to consult with the DMC working group and also with different kinds of suppliers. For example, here in Chiang Mai with the Chiang Mai Tourism Council, the Tourism Council of Chiang Mai, sorry, and in Phuket with, we're going to have consultation with the Phuket Hotel Association. THA Ben, Marissa and her team are super energetic and have been fantastic partners. And so, yeah, this is what we're doing with minimum standards. When these minimum standards are finished, then one place that they will be hosted is on Travel Life for Tour Operators platform. And for suppliers, it will be a free service. Suppliers will be able to do a self-assessment using these simple criteria. And then rather than being contacted by 20 different tour operators with 20 different almost identical surveys, you'll be able to put the information uploaded in one place and it will be searchable. We know we've heard a lot about the impacts of COVID on hotels, greatly reduced income, debt, layoffs, lots of staff going home. As Kun Ben said, some of them have been lucky. They've gone home and they've set up their own coffee shops and they've got out of the rat race. Fantastic for them, but it's not very helpful for the hotels, is it? Oh no, we've got no staff. So the situation that we find ourselves in is that when we're talking about standards, we have to use standards which are fit for purpose during the COVID situation, which means meeting where need is greatest at a simple level. We've consulted with the Thai Hotel Association, with Greenleaf Foundation and with the Department for Environmental Quality Promotion over the strategy for the project. Greenleaf are working on a survey or a research on different green finance options, and Greenleaf are going to organize a round table to share their information maybe next month. We've taken our draft standards and our ideas down to Chiang Mai to consult with stakeholders and to Phuket to consult with stakeholders. And the strategy is this year working together with hotel associations and stakeholders to develop a step-in standard for sustainability for Thai hotels, and next year to hopefully help at least one Thai green hotel certification organization to have a GSTC recognized standard, a world-class standard. We're also going to align with the WTTC and with Travelists initiatives as well. So there'll be hopefully some market incentives for adhering to these standards. We have a community-based tourism dream team working to develop responsible village visit standards. So this is separate from community-based tourism. This will be for any kind of supplier, whether it's an individual or a family, a kind of a basic standard for good behavior in villages. The team has done research on DMC's needs for tourism in Thai communities and how to add value. This is with DASDA, one of our core partners, and with Fair Tourism, an NGO from the Netherlands. And we found out that 90.9% of our DMCs intend to offer more community experiences this year. Wow, that's good, huh? That's looking good.
That's excellent.
Super, no? And this is our dream team. We've got DASDA, the TITA, the Thai Eco-Tourism Association, CBTI, the Thailand Community-Based Tourism Institute, the Thailand Responsible Tourism Association, and Fair Tourism working together as a team. Yay, teamwork, off we go. PARTA have done fantastic work producing plastic and food waste standards. Toolink supported them to translate 2 really good tools on food waste and plastic waste into Thai. And then we've been working together with their team to develop food and plastic waste reduction standards. I'd like to shout out to the whole PARTA team and especially to Fernanda, the lady at the top, for stunning work. This is work on working with TGO, the Thailand Greenhouse Gas Management Organization, to try to find a way to align carbon calculation and offsetting between Thailand and Europe so that European tourists can contribute directly to Thai carbon offsetting schemes at a local level. And we've been also engaging with the APEC policy process with Dr. Jan Wisan Singh. Okay, lots of details. The key messages, 2 of them. Number 1, don't get lost in the details. When we're talking about sustainability, essentially it's all about choices. We can make good choices one at a time. We take one good choice, we times it by the number of passengers per year that use that choice, that use that green hotel, that use that electric car, that use that community-based tourism tour, and that's how we get to impact. And we need to work as a team, and we need a lot of love. Nothing works without love. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Peter, for this excellent presentation. It's very important to start at the bottom and start with basics, simple things that people can do in the villages and in every hotel can implement and then follow through. This reminds me of, it must have been 2000 or 2001 when I went to Paris to UNESCO, and where we had the tour operators initiative. I have no idea whatever happened to the tour operator initiative, but basically that's 20 odd years ago that we were talking about the same issues, and the big guys, the big tour operators had promised to implement more stringent standards in their hotels and demand it from their suppliers. So it might be worthwhile checking whether it still exists. I don't know.
Yeah, Thomas, just for your information, like Tour Operators Initiative is one of the initiatives which Travel Life for Tour Operators is built upon. So Travel Life for Tour Operators built on all that work, and then they got their standard to be EMAS aligned and stuff like that. So the work is still continuing.
Excellent, that's good news. Thank you so much. Okay, our next speaker, Mr. Jacques Guijandu, is Managing Director of All Dreams Cambodia. Can I have Jacques, please? S'il vous plaît.
Yes, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, apparently.
Good afternoon.
So, yes, I've been based in Cambodia for 25 years, and I was one of the founders of Asian Trails, so I know pretty well all the area. Very interesting to have all of the talk, and especially Peter for your very clear presentations of what can be done. For us, it has been very interesting times during these 2 years for the COVID with my teams. And I just find out there is one subject that I really want to raise here, because it's for us, for the destination, something which unfortunately somewhere was not the result that we should have. Probably all of you knows that Cambodia had been, in terms of vaccinations and on terms of COVID, definitely with even not no more with Singapore, one of the best and the most safety place. Unfortunately, nobody really know it. And we have been the first one to really open in November, as mentioned, Ministry of Tourism just before. And for some reasons, we haven't been really get the results today. One of the reasons is probably because Cambodia have not been seen as a destination, but have been seen as an extension of Vietnam, Thailand. And people don't think that they can spend 2 weeks here in Cambodia and really enjoy the 2 weeks. So that's why it's very important to have all of these projects that you mentioned, because I think we can all work together, promoting the different countries and the different destinations, but also we have maybe to have more emphasis in every country, what is the specificities of the countries. In the past, these destinations, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, I would say 30 years ago, have been sold historically because of the colonial and so on, and it was justified to do a trip Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, for example, in terms of traffic, in terms of connectivities. But now all of these different countries are really different. Okay, Vietnam is booming, Cambodia also is booming, Thailand is on other ways. And unfortunately, it's not been seen like this on the Western market. Yes, I forget to mention that I'm mainly targeting the Western market, European market, and American market, and so on. So it's something that I really hope that this kind of destination, Mekong and so on, could really, with the authorities, the government, to focus more on giving the different aspects of the area, because Thailand is really different than Cambodia, and then Vietnam is different history, different people, different cultures. And that's one sometimes for Western people, they forget it. They think Asians is all the same, and they will go from one point to one point. And with all the COVID, and it is a chance today that people want traveling differently, want to spend more time on the destinations. So I think there is a huge, how should I say, a huge part of the marketing to be done to promote each destination inside one global destination to make a big difference. So it's really one thing that I want to really to mention. I really appreciate what the Dr. Piche said on the one village, one product. I found is very good ideas. And this kind of promotion should be in every countries, at least to start with, because it's something which is working pretty well. And of course, I really appreciate what, sorry, I forget your name, from EXO. I really see that the COVID make that the stakeholder of the tourisms are much more closer together, because we were all facing the same issues. We were all facing sometimes very difficult, and it has really reconnect people together. And that is one thing that maybe one day we will say it's not thanks COVID, I don't know, but it's really something that in terms of human, it's the most important things I have during these 2 years go through. And I really appreciate that communication is starting to be much better, and people understood that they have to work together to achieve to a success. That's it. Thanks a lot.
Oh, merci bien, Jacques. Thank you so much. Very brief and concise, and sums it up nicely. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Ms. Sofia Sok from the Planetarium Foundation. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Thomas, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. So greeting from Spain. Please allow me to share the screen. Okay. I'm so happy to see so many familiar friends today. Ben, Peter, Mrs. Jing, and so many other. And thank Catherine for invitation to talk in this session. So I heard a lot of story and experience from many different speakers. So I'm going to share also my journey, what I have done along the Mekong River, and also some model that we work in Planetera, why we are unique and make a difference. So maybe we can find a way that we can work together. So since 2008 that I start my career and working with the Mekong region. So first with through the community-based ecotourism network in Cambodia and SMB and UNWTO in 2008. So working on the Mekong Discovery Trail project in Cambodia. So to build the capacity of the community and conduct several studies, how we can help the community along the Mekong. to have a better livelihood. And several years later, in 2016 and 2019, so working at the regional level to promote the qualification of tourism professional through the ASEAN Mutual Recognition Arrangement on Tourism Professional Framework with all the Southeast Asia countries. And then 21, 22, early last year, and then early this year. So I was engaged by the anti-API exchange program in Cambodia to develop the seabed master plan for the 3 communities along the Mekong River through the funding of SIDA, USAID, and also SDC. Yeah, and early this year, I have been engaged with Planetera to work as a regional program manager for Asia Pacific. So I will introduce what we are doing in the region. So this is our brand, like when talking about Planetera, so uplifting communities through tourism, this is what we aim for and what we've been working so far. So who is Planetera? Planetera is a Canadian nonprofit and US charity founded in 2003. So it's almost 20 years up to now. So we have more than 14 years experience in community tourism enterprise development. And we can assure that it's 100% business success rate through market first approach. And currently we have 11 permanent staff and 6 project staff across the 9 countries and 5 continents. We are a small team, but very dynamic. And our mission is to connect through the benefit of tourism by developing and supporting community-owned enterprise while promoting more responsible travel, like many other speakers have shared about sustainable tourism. So it's still a buzzword, like still popular, and how we can contribute to that. Responsible tourism is part to promote sustainable tourism as well. So how do we define the community tourism? It's not only the community-based ecotourism, but also the travel experience owned, led, and run by community, non-profit, cooperative, social enterprise. So these are the groups that we have been working a lot so far. So you know that many communities, one of the challenge for them is to access to the market. So what we do and what makes us unique is to address the issue of the community. So by connect them to the market. So what we have done so through all our projects is to address the issue, including like access to the traveler, access to training and management support, access to funding for key infrastructure, and also connect them to fair and equitable partner with the tourism private sector. And this is our proven model, a market first approach to community tourism. So this is make us unique and success through all the projects. So we identify market opportunity, identify community enterprise, provide capacity building, provide also grant for infrastructure and equipment, and we connect them to the market, and we provide ongoing mentorship. So we are not doing like a short-term project, but we build a long-term partnership with all the projects that we work so far. And this is the ripple effect that creates through our project. We empower the women and youth, and we also contribute to the community development, environmental protection, and we increase the capacity of the community. And before the pandemic, we have done a very success partner with the G Adventure, one of the biggest worldwide company, to do the project 100. So we work with 56 countries of the one project community around the world. So we identify the market opportunity and identify community enterprise to work with. We provide the capacity building to them, and we also give them grant to upgrade their infrastructure and equipment to make them ready for the market. We connect them to the market, and also up to now, we still provide ongoing mentorship to them. And our travelers are still going to them, and it's very fortunate that even the last few years we suffer a lot, but now everything is coming back. So all the traveler, our group also coming back to the community, so provide them the job and have a better livelihood back as well. So everything seems to be on track. And this is some figure pre-COVID. So we work with 56 countries, 100 community around the world, and all are very success. And we spend more than 10 million US dollar was spent in the community from 2015 to 2019, and more than 700,000 travelers have been hosted by our community partner. And this is our big goal for 2030, how we can contribute to the community, to the tourism industry. We expect to have 50 million traveler experience community to experience in the community, and 1 billion was income reaching the community, and 3.5 million life improved through tourism. This is other partner that we have been working together so far in the region and around the world. Destination Mekong is also one of our strategic partner that we work together, and we try to find a way how we can promote more destination in the Mekong region as well. And these are the current project and also our next project in the region. We have currently we work with the IUCN project. In Vietnam, we have two protected areas that we work with. One is Cốc Phương National Park and Vân Long Natural Reserve. And the ongoing community with the tourism enterprise that we have been work so far. And these are the 11 projects that we work in the Mekong region. We have one project in Vietnam and 4 projects in Thailand, 1 project in Laos, the Mekong River Homestay, and 2 projects in Cambodia. New Hope is a training restaurant, and Driver's Right is a group of lady driver, and 2 training restaurants in Myanmar, and also 1 project community restaurant in China as well. So we not only work with the community, like community-based tourism, but we build their capacity to become enterprise, and also a lot of experience related to tourism, make sure that they're non-profit, cooperative, social enterprise. So we engage all of them to provide a better experience to the traveler. Yeah. So that's all for sharing today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing this. With such inspirational projects, and 100 projects that are still going. That is incredible. Keep up the good work, and I hope G Adventure continues to support you. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Our next speaker is Mr. Van Thai Nguyen, is co-founder and partnership director of TTB Travel and Tour in Vietnam, please. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon to everybody, and a special thanks to Catherine for the invitation. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Good afternoon.
Good. I would like just to share just one single document. Today, I would like to talk about the perspective of Vietnam after 2 years of pandemic, and the main subject is about the management of tourist flow and the management of the hosting capacity of local populations. This one is very important, as we all know that in order to implement sustainable tourism, I think the first step to do is how to deal with overtourism. Okay, without the good balance of this management, I think it's very difficult to to succeed in the implementation of sustainable tourism. So we are a family-run company in Vietnam, and we are specialized in the B2B market. We are specialized in the Western markets. After 2 years of pandemic, we notice a big challenge of recovery. The challenge here is how to deal with the good balance between the several regions that are visited by Westerners and the regions that are mostly visited by local travelers. Sometimes you have the clash of 2 blocks. Sometimes you have two blocks of tourists that flock to the same place at the same time, and because of that, the quality of the service quality of the destination, the hosting capacity has some issues of that. And because of this over-tourism, we have a challenge of getting the sincere and the authentic relationship with local populations. And actually that is what we try to do in our best. Our mission is to defend the authentic culture, to preserve the identity of different regions. And to do this for us is very necessary to deal with the management of tourist flow. So the document I would like to share with you is the map of Vietnam, and you will see okay, just I will try to. Okay. Here we go. Okay, this one. Can everybody see the map?
Yes,
okay.
we see the map. Thank you.
Yes. So this map, you will see the according to general statistics, up to 95% of tourists concentrate on 5% of the territory. I think this percentage is more or less similar to other destinations around the world, more or less. That is to say, over-tourism takes place when 95% people are concentrated on a small number of regions, tourist regions. And as you can see here, you can see different orange points and green points. So the orange points are related to hotspots of Vietnam, the best known destinations in Vietnam: Halong, Sapa, Hoi An, Nha Trang, and Phu Quoc Island. Those destinations are part of 5% of the territory. And these are also the 5% that is part of our products. So we have a big challenge of how to make a good balance, how to convince people to travel to elsewhere. So that one is the big challenge of our strategy. So after 2 years of pandemic, we noticed that the domestic market has increased enormously over the past 5 years, and it may be good news or bad news depending on the point of view. Good news is that tourism is not the most important economic sector of Vietnam. It represents about between 7 and 8% of the GDP. So that is to say, since the destination doesn't exclusively depend on tourism, so it relies on the other sectors for the recovery. And thanks to that, the local people start to travel. They start to travel and they start visiting a few destinations that used to be reserved to Westerners in the past. And because of that, we have to deal with these regions for the forthcoming years. We have to seek opportunities, especially in terms of innovation. So the management of tourist flow is a challenge, but it's also the opportunity for us to innovate, to find new ideas of tours. So our solution is how to find new areas, the equivalent of the visited areas. So here in the map, you can see close to Halong, there is Kaba, the Lan Ha Bay. So this destination could be the alternative to Halong Bay because of the similar landscape. the same example is the alternatives to Sapa, for example. Mostly people get there to visit terraced rice fields, and you can see the same things in Huang Sufi in the north. So the equivalent destination. So that is our solution, is how to offer similar destinations and to convince people to go elsewhere in order to avoid concentration of tourist flow. Our second solution is how to innovate the way we discover the same place. When I talk about the 95%, it's not only related to secluded regions, but it's also related to less visited areas in a city. For example, in Hanoi, in capital city, you can also have the same percentage. That is to say, 95% of people only visit one part, small part of Hanoi, of a city. So our role is how to convince people to discover the other areas of the city, in order to avoid the same crowd at the same time. So that is the only thing I would like to share with you. Is innovation as a solution to deal with overtourism. So thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for this comment. We haven't heard about overtourism in a while during COVID, but I'm sure it is coming back. So how to disperse people who want to see one part of Hanoi to go to another part is a big challenge, I think, because most cities at least have one core that everybody wants to see. So it's very difficult to shift people who have never been to their destination somewhere else. For repeat visitors, yes, no problem. But for people who have never been to a country or a city, I think it's a big challenge. Now, years ago, I suggested for overtourism that we should come up with a reservation system. So people should book to visit a certain destination, just like do in a hotel or in a sports stadium or in a cinema or in a theater or at the Milford Trail in New Zealand. So people are prepared before they go, and they have an entry ticket to the destination. So it might be something to look at for some heavily visited destinations. Okay, in the interest of time, let's move on to Caroline Chow, please. And Miss Caroline Chow is the founder and CEO of Greenridge Eco Lodge and Retreat in Cambodia. Now, bamboo is my great favorite because I have lots of growing on my land in Queensland, and I want to learn how to build something out of it. So please go ahead, Catherine. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let me share my screen.
Oh, Caroline,
first.
sorry.
Yeah. All right, so thank you very much, and especially to Catherine for inviting me to join this webinar. It's really a pleasure for me to be here among the experts and to have the opportunity to talk about the potential of bamboo as a sustainable materials in the tourist sector for Cambodia. I hope that we mark today and this webinar at the beginning of the recognition of the valuable attribute of bamboo that can lead us to an acceleration development, and that for the first time, we are joining together as a region, architects, builders, engineers, and all the business experts to advance the use of this gifted nature. I am fully aware that there is a lot of work to be done, and but we have the advantage to be building on science in general that give us the huge intellectual capital that we need to build on. So where it's all started, I have been introduced to bamboo 3 years ago by John Hardy, the founder of the Green School in Bali. This is the most beautiful structure fully made out of bamboo. Few months later, this got me to Bali, wishing to know more about bamboo. I have then participated to the Bamboo U intensive courses and have been introduced to the possibility of bamboo in its structural form for the construction. What really got me into bamboo is when I met with his daughter, Eloa Rardi, the founder of Ibuku, and discovered the beautiful bamboo houses that she's designing for over the last 12 years. Meeting also with the world-renowned expert, designer, engineer, architect, get my motivation to the next level, marking the beginning of my journey with bamboo. I have then spent the next 3 years after my trip to Bali to continue my study and research on bamboo, coming back to my home country, Cambodia. I begin to implement small local action that transform environments and give hope to new ways of doing things, increasing the quality of life, using the resources present without putting them at risk, so that future generations have the same opportunities. So you can see here some pictures of the training that I follow in Bali and all the people that I met when I was there. But to do that, we have a very few years and to make the advances that are urgently needed. With bamboo, we are changing the materials in the built environment and its method that can improve the climate change and provide buildings for the future. So the bigger overview for me is that we need to be planting a lot of bamboo to address the supply issue. And we also need to be making innovative building materials out of it and repeat that over again and again, and to have a climate impact. We also need to change the perception of bamboo in the world. In Cambodia, it has been used for centuries in its traditional way for houses, handicraft, and small structure. Here I have put some picture from a book called Sinun, La Petite Cambodienne. You can see the bamboo in its traditional use and how it has been used for ages. The rapid growth of bamboo compared to pine is what we need to take advantage of. And what makes it durable are, first, timing is essential. Knowing when to harvest bamboo is one of the most important methods. Right timing will significantly enhance resistance of pole and retain clump strength. To harvest bamboo with low level of sugars to prevent insect attacks, we need to harvest at the dry season and at the right maturity. Also, with over 1,500 species available in the world, varieties of bamboo species that can be diversified to suit construction market demand, including species that grow extremely long and are strong enough for the building industry, can be available in Cambodia. Today, recognized for its true potential to local people and considered as an additional natural resources from forests, the poor man's timbers become the green gold. This is our solution, using bamboo as a building materials. It is time to enhance bamboo resources management and utilization seriously, and to go beyond ad hoc activities and time-bound projects. We want to look at long-term engagement in this area by establishing a bamboo enterprise to support this effort and the effort of each individual willing to take their work to the next level. So we have been promoting the use of bamboo as a sustainable materials through small local action with the aim to revive the bamboo value chain. At every step, we have been implementing multiple projects, and one of them will be the implementation of the Green Bamboo Cambodia Eco Resort in Bang Thi, Natural Cambodia. Changing the way we travel, promoting sustainable tourism through bamboo, and introducing alternative sustainable tourism for local communities. By doing that, we emphasize one, innovative building materials given continuity to ancestral knowledge. Two, diversification of the offering to respond to global tourist trends of here to stay. Three, value-added experience for a green and authentic Cambodia. And four, create economical opportunity for the local communities. The production and use of bamboo allow the transmission of knowledge, cultural diversity, empowerment of community, affordability, fair trade, community participation, than just sustainability. Given the framework condition and declining bamboo resources basis, the strategic development of the bamboo sector for Cambodia program should be to start small scale on building on existing industries and businesses. There is no reason why the bamboo sector cannot be developed as a major contribution to ecotourism and sustainable construction in Cambodia. If that is the case, this will definitely mean an improvement in many lives and community that depends on bamboo as a part of their everyday livelihood, and for bamboo to play a major role within the context of the sustainable tourism. To develop the sector needs to be a long-term investment with an emphasis on every stage, from propagation to production, to increase awareness of people and accept knowledge that they didn't know before, and with enough interest and motivation to commit to long-term to this development. At the present moment, we are really at the early stage and we are still looking for direct investment. So if you know anybody, please just let me know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Caroline. Very interesting. Bamboo is such a fast-growing grass that it can be harvested quite quickly. And when we planted it in 2006 after a cyclone in Australia, we were advised by the Department of Primary Industry to plant it for structural bamboo and for bamboo shoots. So you can have both. You can have something nutritious and you can have building materials out of it. It's, I believe Taipei 101, the high-rise building in Taipei was built on the principles of bamboo, of the structure of bamboo. So a most useful plant, certainly. Thank you very much for sharing. Last but certainly not least, Miguel Angel Perez Martorell.
Thank you very much.
Martorell is founder MQL Sustainable Tourism Services in Vietnam. So,
thank you, Thomas. Can you hear me? Sound is good?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Yes, very good. Thank you very much for passing voice to me, and thank you, Catherine, and the rest of the team for inviting me today to learn from all of you. I think very interesting talks and expositions that many of the colleagues has been doing before. Well, I would like to go and expose a few points here. I decided not to make a PowerPoint presentation today and just share a bit of the real facts, because I'm listening today a lot of theoretical points, theory that I think some points may be difficult to implement. I like to go more into reality, into fact checks of issues that we are facing or we need to go on addressing there. After being here in Vietnam for over 23 years, I lived in Laos, in Thailand, Cambodia before too, to see the situation in the Mekong Delta getting worse day by day, especially in the Vietnamese Mekong. We were talking a couple of weeks ago there with the provinces there, and we see that the things are, during the last 10 years, are just going down, not very positive there. The sustainability principles that we all talking about, of course, are growing, and visitors raising awareness too, but I think we're still lagging behind on many of the points, that we're still far from them. I do hope after listening to all of you that there is a destination Mekong that we can grow with all the countries here, because we still see a lot of independent process and promotions and programs still ahead, not looking at all together as a destination, but this involves the government also from the different countries and the agreements there. And I do hope with this change of perception from tourists coming here, the private sector can help us a little bit and make a better social impact, as some of you already mentioned before. A few more points that I observe as a reality. The mutual recognition agreement we were talking on human resources and training is still lagging behind. In several countries, we have some like Cambodia, that you're still moving ahead, but the rest we're still lacking and not moving forward on the progress. Same as human resources. I observed during these 2 years of COVID time, now the human resources problem is coming into the table for everybody, but this is coming from far behind. 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, we were talking about the human resources issue on taking care of all the employees in all sectors, hospitality and tourism, tour guides, and no one was listening much or taking action much. Now everybody left from our sector to other private industries, and everybody's claiming now for staffing and new people to come in to work for us, with some staff that they will never return. They will never come back to us because we did not treat them properly. And so it's time to think a little bit now and to see how are we going to invest into career development, into more trainings, into more benefits for the teams and the people who's working with us, so they can stay for a long time in our sector and help us to bring all these plans that you were all talking. We can develop and put it in place. Few more points you were talking before about overtourism, especially here in Vietnam. We do have like 3 or 4 long weekends where it's impossible to travel domestically. You have to get out of Vietnam during that time because none of the destinations here are available for you unless you want to be in the middle of all kind of chaos, without food in the restaurants, without places in the hotel, with traffic jam everywhere. So that's absolutely a place not to go. There is 0 studies, at least here in Vietnam. In other countries I know you are doing 0 studies on carrying capacity. So no localities have any single idea here on how many people can we attract, how many people we can bring, how can we monitor, how can we divert. 0 analysis on that. More realities I observe, the environmental degradation. Was the colleague from Vietnam was mentioning some destinations like Sapa, where the rice fields and the minorities are. That destination is already destroyed there, with concrete, with cable cars, with hotels where the trekking areas were a couple of years ago too. No order and no planning, and the provincial authorities sometimes lacking of knowledge too. So destinations are gone, and many of the people traveling domestically here in Vietnam do not want to travel anymore to them. So that's a serious problem. We like to bring also into the table the issue of the food waste, which is huge in our industry, in not tourism, in all of us. And how are we going to reduce that? How are we going to use some of this food that is wasted daily too, and bring it to the people in need too, and make a better social impact too? More things on the agenda, because time is finishing too, related to pollution. That's a serious issue, not only here in Mekong, it's everywhere, but we have on the table today Mekong too, and we should be careful on that. Same as waste management. I do see landfills, I do see not only the Mekong River, I see the rivers, I see the lakes, I see the beaches full of garbage, full of plastic, and especially here in Southeast Asia, I see individual, very little actions from some small institutions there, but still we need to change our mentality here on how are we going to proceed and process that, because the visitors do not want to see that, all this garbage everywhere. Last but not least, destroying destinations. I do see the abuse of concrete and over construction there, cutting mountains, cutting pieces of islands, especially here in Vietnam with very little control. And this is affecting not only the people living there, relocations and all included, sometimes not living much benefits for the social and for the people who's living in the destinations, and something that we need to address at higher level too. The plastic pollution we were mentioning before. I've been visiting here in Vietnam with our team at MQL Sustainable Tourism Services, several destinations here, and we got from beach to mountains, to areas, big cities, small cities too, and the amount of debris, plastic, waste of all kinds, sometimes natural, non-natural there, is observed everywhere. I do invite any of you, you have my contact with Catherine, we have long talks on the telephone related to all these common points too. I invite you to interact with me if you would like to hear the real situation here, because I like to share a little bit with you, and with Dr. Thomas also know the reality here for so many years here in the industry. And just to showing this reality is the way that we can address, tackle, and try to be supportive on that. So thank you very much, all of you. I don't want to extend too long because I'm the last presenter, and I'm sure many of you have other meetings after that. So thank you, everybody, and we keep in touch. So happy to see many friends today here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miguel. You summed it up beautifully. There's so many issues that really needs addressing, anything from career paths for people in hotel industries, so they have stepping stones to aim for, to marine pollution, which is, again, a thing that is close to my heart. But for pollution issues, I always feel it has to really start at the top. The head of government, wherever they are, have to say this is not acceptable to have pollution of this nature, not only for the tourists, but for the local people, especially. I'm in Indonesia, and you know what I'm talking about. So absolutely correct. It's over time. Reza, is that acceptable to you? If I can just thank everybody, and it was fantastic to hear from all of you. And if there's any questions, do we have 2 minutes for question time, Reza?
No, we have more if somebody want to stay and have a questions, or we can have a friendly chats. But if I may add a few points, one technical thing. So please. The recording will be available, including the biography of all the speakers on a website, including all other webinars that we did before. Also, I want to say our prayer for the people of Myanmar. They have been through the difficult time. In fact, we did a very interesting and wonderful webinar with Steve Knox about the Myanmar situations a few months ago, about the military situations and everything. I just want to mention that we think about them. I personally have many friends there who have been suffering about the situation, so our prayer is with them. Also, we pray for peace, the situation in Ukraine, and we hope everything will be peace. Peace is very important for the tourism. If there is no peace, there will be no tourism.
No tourism.
That's what I say.
Absolutely.
And also I want to thank especially Catherine, the new CEO of the Destination Mekong. I'm sure she's going to do a wonderful job. And of course, thank you so much, Thomas, and all other speakers who have been here. Thank you so much. But if there are any questions, we still have time. I mean, there is no reason to.
Thank you very much, everybody. Does Catherine maybe have some final words?
Yes, I would like to first to thank all of you. You know, I was really impressed by those presentations and the level of engagement of the audience also, even if, of course, nobody talked, not everybody, sorry, talked. I wanted to say that we need to put sustainability in action, in motion, because as Michelangelo correctly pointed out, you know, we need to be real and not only, you know, talk and advise and point fingers, and we need sustainability to benefit everybody and to be owned by everybody. You know, I think that the locals should be able to take ownership of the sustainable development of their environment. We used to talk about the environment. I always talk about the environment of the local communities. You know, when we travel, we are actually consuming the resources of the locals. So this is something that is very important to keep in mind. So I would like to all of us to promote a very positive approach of sustainability, maybe the Asian way of sustainable tourism, because sometimes it's a Western concept that is not adapted to the local situation. So instead of pointing fingers, of course, we need people to say this is not appropriate, but it would be more positive, you know, to just think as a local, you know, and as I often say, not only think about tourism and travel, but about the art of hospitality, receiving the strangers, the foreigners. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Catherine. Does anybody else have any final comments before we close the session? Nobody? Okay.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Sharad Kulsrestha. I'm from Meghalaya, Shillong. It was really a very, amazing exercise, especially through this overall webinar. A lot of, cutting edge or responsible aspects has been discussed. So I welcome all of you in our university also. If you have any opportunity, you plan, especially Madam Catherine, I just request you, ma'am, please plan any type of discussion and forum in our university. We are very near. We are northeastern part of India, that is state of Meghalaya. I am in Shillong, and I welcome all of you for such a very important discussion. Especially, I like two presentation. One is the Madam Planetera, like Canadian projects, and another is a bamboo projects. So I appreciate this projects, and especially there is very huge scope. If the further we can, enhance the tourism, community tourism, and especially the lot of opportunity in this area, especially the northeastern area. We have a lot of bamboo and all these things. So thank you so much, all of you, and such a nice, very amazing exercise you have did. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Anybody else? Or do you want to close the session, Reza?
I don't know if somebody want to say anything. Nobody? Okay.
Maybe I just make a final comment about the human resource issues that was raised by Miguel, because I've been a tourism educator for 25 years and I trained in the hotel, and I've seen the disappointment, I guess, of many of the graduates who enter the hotel industry in particular at one level. There's never a step up. There's no clear-cut career path in the hotel industry, like I've been talking about Pada many years ago. There's nobody says, come in, what do you know? You've got a degree. What degree have you got? Have you got a master's degree, undergraduate degree, diploma? I slot you into a particular position, and then I move you up. Or on a Monday morning, I ask all the graduates of universities that I have in my hotel, what do you think about a particular issue? And I don't think the hotel industry in particular has availed themselves of the thousands of graduates that the universities around the world have put out. Very smart people, we train them very well. But once they enter the industry, they're just not utilized. They're just given menial tasks to do that they could have done without a degree. So that's my pet topic around the world too.
Then for us, on the other hand, from the hotel industry, where are you?
Utilize the brains that these people have.
We said, where are you?
Well,
you know?
But you have plenty of institutions in Thailand. I know I've audited a few. But you have to make it attractive to work in the industry. The banks make it attractive because they finish at 5 o'clock on a Friday. The hotel is open 24/7. So we have to come up with a career path for young people. That's my big term for the HR.
You know, right now talking about post-COVID, it is even worse. You know, our people, the one that work in our people before COVID, they gone home or shift industries because other industry came back before us. So now we said, come back, right. We're ready. Still struggling. Yeah.
So sorry, Lisa and dears.
Say bye-bye.
Because I just I have some one more information. Just want to say, because I know I am the news membership of you all the team, and I just want to share a little bit of the information because I'm doing for the coffee business on agriculture project, and at the moment now I just make a planning, and I just preparing to signing the MOU with the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry to make the coffee farmer group for supporting the farmer. So it means I will be make the coffee farmer group, and that thing is So the meaning, I will make the contract with the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry to make the coffee for boosting the farmer. That thing is regarding about the agrotourism, and I also just planning to make the for the adventures for survivors and adventure for the on the coffee in Laos, because my breakout is doing the coffee. And so the first of all, let me just thanks Lisa, just advise very nice all the team in the okay. And I think for the futures, I think I can just exchange all the information to get us with all the lady adjustments.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kamsai. I think
Yes.
you just encourage us to have a cup of coffee. That's a splendid idea. And we shall all do that. So with that, I'd like to thank Reza for organizing it all. And I'll see you somewhere in Southeast Asia on the Mekong or in Indonesia or Australia one of these days. Thank you very much. Terima kasih. You all have a good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everybody else. All
Thank you.
this.
Okay.
Thanks very much. All the best. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
See you.
Thanks
Bye.
very much.